What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a happy WooWoo Wednesday if you're me, or happy Inauguration Day if you're someone else. Anyways, back to things that actually have an impact on my life. Today was awesome. I did not expect it to be this good because me and Anita both kind of got to the gym and were like, not really feeling this. Plus, it was cold as shit, and that doesn't ever make me want to start swinging things really fast. So, was not really that excited going into the workout. We also had some technical glitches with the radio and the screen and all that other shit, and so just really threw the mood off going into it, and we ended up taking a while to get up and going. But by the time I got into my first set, I could tell this was going to be a good day, and it changed my mood, or my mood improved and that changed how I was moving. Either way, this felt really good. Did the swings again with the 75, superset with the alternating kettlebell row here. This week it felt like a better idea to do the alternating isometric, so you'll see that I'm holding that squeeze on each row and then dipping down rather than just kind of seesawing the arms together. And then I'm also doing the compression squats with the 50-pound kettlebell this time, which is up from the last time by a decent amount as well. This combination felt really good today. I like to use the alternating isometric to reinforce a scap position when I feel like I may have an imbalance between the two sides. So whereas with the seesaw one, if I'm feeling tightened through my upper back and I want to get movement, I'll use that to kind of get the rib cage to rotate around the spine. Or if I'm wanting to focus more on the scap position, since I had just done overhead work and vertical pulling and everything, which was the case today, then I'll use that isometric. And I just feel that it helps incorporate the upper and mid back into posture better and improves the rest of the lifts that day, which it worked today. So that's kind of the rationale behind that. I did include the very last set, which I did off of the WeckSteps, just so you can see the difference. They're usually a lot more explosive and powerful on the floor, but they're better positioned and feel more corrective on the WeckSteps. So that combination of doing the first 3 sets on there to kind of get the posture locked in, and then really focusing on how much force I can put on the bell once I go back to the flat ground, really helps. And today I had a lot of power into the kettlebell. Felt like I could have chucked the thing out the front of the gym. It was moving so well. So I had a lot of fun with those, and the compression goblet squats also felt really good today. Aside from, as I'm watching these, I would like to see less firing of the calves. I definitely am wanting the pressure on the outer 4th toe, so that's part of it is fine. I'm trying to wrap around the dome, but typically when my ankles are a little bit looser or calves are a little bit looser, you'll see the heel is still able to wrap around the ball as opposed to coming up off the back. So that I can address just by doing some tempering onto my Achilles. We spent a lot of time dealing with other shit, so I didn't really address that aside from just spending a couple minutes buzzing it with the Theragun. So noted on that. I'll do some calf and ankle work on Friday. Anyways, moving on into the marches and the cleans, was able to work up to the 75 on this as well, and that felt really good. I did not do the clean into the press or a seesaw press or anything for most of the volume work because we just did overhead pressing on Monday and it just didn't really feel necessary. So I did the cleans into the march, and that combination is pretty cool because the clean motion for me, while I'm still getting better at it, especially on this arm here, it helps me to really find my lats and upper back with how I pull into the front rack. Usually takes me a set or two to find that, but that's what I end up feeling the most out of these. You can see here on this one, my forearm should be vertical, not 45 degreed in like that. So I will work on that next time, but did first 2 sets there, then I did 2 sets of the clean into press. And this felt awesome as well. I've not done a full clean into a press with the 75 before, and these felt really good. So that was a nice little win on these since it's a newer movement for me. Pretty happy with it, but I do still need to work on getting that forearm more vertical, particularly on the left side. I know some of the reasons why that's happening, and I can do that pretty easily. So that will be what I work on next week. For the snatches, I decided since I was feeling so good that I would warm up with a couple singles. So here I alternated one hand with the other hand, hit a single at the 35, single at the 50, and a single at the 75 just to kind of find my groove on the movement. And that's also improving quite a bit because these felt really good. And so since that went well and I kind of passed my gateway test for what I had in mind, what I ended up doing after this for 2 sets was alternating snatches with the 75. So I'd go a rep on one arm, rep on the other arm, back and forth for 5 total. But because of that transition, there's also a single arm swing between each rep. So that is tiring as hell. The first one I did pretty good, but it wasn't really what I was hoping for. So I ended up doing a second set here, and this felt really good. I'm pretty proud to be able to do the snatches and the cleans with the 75 and have them feel as good as they do. So this was a nice win for the day that I didn't really plan on. After the snatches, went into the Grim Reapers, to the swing curl, to the stir the pot again. I liked that combo last week and didn't feel a need to change it. But I just did 2 sets since I did end up doing a lot of extra work on the cleans and snatches today, and I just didn't really feel like I needed a ton of that core work. So 2 sets was good. I got some really good movement in through those. I was able to keep what I learned on the Grim Reaper last week as far as focusing more on that twist of the entire upper body and then also syncing that with the breath. So I'm trying to inhale on the downswing, exhale at the top at the reversal, and that combo gets my breathing good, gets me rotating really well, and just feels awesome. I don't really feel it as a oblique exercise. It absolutely is, but I've been doing these for long enough now and I don't have a heavier cylinder to use to where the oblique portion of this isn't really challenging. It can be very tiring to do them, but it's just not super tough in that way. But what I do still get out of it is the coordination and the breathing and the kind of a dynamic stretch while also still getting a training effect on the oblique. So it's still a valuable movement even though I haven't been able to progress it up with weight or anything like that. So that with the swing curls, really emphasizing that side to side swing, and then hopped over onto my inversion stool to breathe, hit a decent back bend, get everything kind of settled and relaxed, and then called it a day. So I'm gonna just let that play through. I end up doing the headstand stool every single workout. Yes, it changes every workout, but I don't necessarily have more to say about it each time. It's just something that I do, it feels good. If I don't do it, I don't feel good. So I always do it, and I do it for as long as I feel like I need to. So that is it. Have a good rest of your day, and I will see you guys on Friday for some deadlifts.